Hello, welcome to our weekly live. We're answering some of your questions. And one of them that I recently had was about whether or not the arm springs are useful if you're not a beginner, and kind of just like seeing the arm springs as like something you do when you need strength and then you don't need it anymore. But the reality is that the arm springs are actually super essential. Something you can continue to challenge yourself with. So I'm going to go over the arm springs exercises, talk about places somewhere where you might be actually missing the good stuff, and then show you how you can challenge yourself more with just this particular series. Obviously, we can challenge ourselves more with the standing arm springs or the pedal pull, but let's just talk about this particular set of exercises so that you're not thinking that you've ever passed them by, because you haven't. There's some good stuff. So first of all, keeping your knees bent really does allow this to stay up inside, like focus on the upper body because there's a lot going on. If you do straighten the legs, may I suggest that you really make sure that that's a challenge you're ready for, because what I don't want is your hip flexors or your lower back to take you out of what you need from the arm spring. So the further you are away, the more challenging this gets. All right, so if when I was training a lot of football players, I would literally slide them all the way down, and I'll have their legs hang off of the edge of the Cadillac and put their feet on a short box. Then you can give them leg springs if you want to even challenge them further. So there's no end to how much you can challenge yourself or how far away from the hooks you can get your body. Okay. So that's for setup. The further you are away, the more you can challenge yourself. Next thing is when you do the arms pressing down, first of all, make sure the pinky side of your hand is in the handle. Press your arms down and hold. So I see a lot of this. That's kind of like a very big 100. So instead, just push your arms down here, hold, 2, 3, lift, press down, hold, 2, 3, lift. And you can see I'm not even getting my arms all the way down. So that's another place I could challenge myself. Before I move further away, I could actually just try to get my arms down while my shoulders are down without popping my ribs out. If your ribs are popping out on this, it's not a sign that you need more upper ab connection. It's a sign that you need more arm back connection, which we do have that workshop on onlineflyclasses.com, by the way. So then, so we have the up down where you can get a lot of juice out of that. The next one is circles. You can do circles low and small, and you do 5 in each direction, or you could do big circles. And what you're trying to notice is if everything sounds pretty even. If I have one spring closing and not the other, that tells me that I'm not doing I'm not actually connected and doing things symmetrically, right? The smaller you go, the easier it is. The bigger you go, obviously, the more it's challenging yourself. And your goal is not to change your spine shape. So the crown of your head to your tailbone shouldn't change, and your ribs aren't popping on off, and your shoulder heads are not moving around. They're just staying there, and your arm is moving inside that socket, okay? So your shoulder blades might move a little, but your shoulder heads, are not coming in and out of your ear. The next one to get more juice out of is your tricep press. So instead of just doing this, you see those people at the gym who are just flinging their arms around. You're gonna press, hold, 2, 3, and bend. Press, hold, 2, 3, and bend. One more. Press, hold, 2, 3, and bend. It is not about, if your hand can get to the mat, that's great. What I don't want to see is your elbow coming off. So if your elbow starts on and then you press it just straight, the elbow comes off, it's not helping you, okay? So focus on keeping your elbow exactly where it is. And maybe you only do this and hold. If that's the case, I would scoot back more for those, okay? And the last arm spring one you want to get more juice out of is this one. Your arms go out to the side, they hug in, and you hold 2, 3, and you open. And what you want to feel is not your shoulder heads rise as you open, but your shoulder heads seat inside your shoulder girdle. And you should just feel your collarbones getting wider and wider, but we're not flapping our wings. You're going to press in, hold, 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 and then open. And your goal is to keep those handles either when you're doing the arms down and up, or tricep or circles, the palms face down. When your arms are to the side, the palms face in, right? Super, super key for you over there. So adding those holds should help you. And then moving yourself further down the mat to challenge yourself as another way to get more out of these arm springs. I do my arm springs probably every time I get on my Cadillac because they're just so good at really reminding your arms where they move from your back. And if you're someone who struggles with the mat, these arm springs are going to really help you do that. If you are really into the Cadillac, you love it so much, just know that on onlinepilatesclasses.com, we're actually about to release a Cadillac deck. It'll also have tower approved exercises, so you can get on the wait list for that. And also we have 2 Cadillac workouts that we have in our legacy classes, so that means they don't disappear. So if you want to test what it's like to do a 50-minute workout with me on your Cadillac or tower, check those out at onlinepilatesclasses.com, where we do life better.